I'm asking you whether you take advantage of his offer.
I think that's
it's free.
I think that's probably unlikely. My advice to Mr Farage would be he might want to concentrate his efforts on the constituents in Clacton that elected him into office as opposed to spending his time in the United States of America.
To have a president that is pro-British after 4 years of the ghastly Biden is a great opportunity for our nation. I really do. Now, whether a Labour Party that has people like Sadiq Khan in it, who has waged a 10-year feud, or a Foreign Secretary like David Lammy, who has said the most disobliging things, or a Labour Party that sent 100 of its staffers to campaign for Kamala Harris. Can you imagine a greater diplomatic stupidity than that? So all I've said is that I have a relationship with Trump, but equally I will know well at least half of his incoming cabinet, and I've said that if I can in any way help to mend fences between this Labour administration and the incoming Trump administration, that I will do so. And not because I support a single thing this Labour government's doing. In fact, fewer and fewer people in the country support anything this Labour administration is doing, but I would do so because it is in the national interest, and that is the right thing for me to do.
But really, it comes down to the America First principle that Trump is very obviously following, and that means no favors on trade and probably a division of opinion on Ukraine, on how to underpin Europe's security, and potentially on the Middle East. There are going to be lots of complicated moments. That doesn't mean they're calamitous, but they're complicated, they're exhausting, and I'm not sure the Trump administration is going to have the bandwidth or the patience, more practically, to sort out those complications. So where you've got a real division of opinion, for example, over Ukraine and the defense of Europe, you'll hear some immediate things from the Trump group, things like Europe must pay its own way. But when you get down to the detail of what Trump thinks a deal with President Putin might look like, and whether Europe and the UK are happy about what that would do for Ukraine and for Europe's security, well, complicated is a brief way of putting it. Really, this is going to be a complicated relationship in every respect.
I have to say I was really, really deeply honored to be in the ballroom at Mar-a-Lago with now President-elect Trump. and his family and his friends and his close supporters. And to be in that room, there were no press, there were no cameras. It was just a watch party, and there was food, and there were even some drinks, I think. I can't quite remember. And as the results came through and everybody was whooping it up, there was Trump just sitting there eating an ice cream, completely laid back. But what has happened in America in the last few days is what happens when you get a political movement with a strong political leader that actually talks to the electorate about the things that they care about, and not what mainstream media discuss, not what politicians in Westminster, or dare we say, Cardiff, discuss. So it really has been a truly stunning victory, and he focused, of course, mostly on the cost of living, on the southern border, illegal immigration, and I think we can also quite safely say that on the day of the inauguration, in America, woke has died, and thank God for that.